Hello guys. So I'm here to tell you about my experience with the Studienkolleg of the Hochschule Kaiserslautern. And if you're planning to study in a Studienkolleg, I have an invitation for you. I created a WhatsApp community for everyone applying to Studienkolleg for this semester. So feel free to join. The link is in the description and it's open to anyone who wants to connect with other students in the same situation. And of course, I'll be there also talking to you guys. So now talking about the experience, I want to begin by telling how the first day was. So basically, they presented us the Studienkolleg, the structure and how it was going to be. They told us, for example, the rules of the course and the rules for the Feststellungsprüfung, also some important dates. But they also took us on a walk to get to know the building, the Mensa, and the whole quarter also. And yeah, it was very nice. Like, no one knew each other at the time, but it didn't take so long for everyone to start talking with each other because everybody was basically in the same situation. Like, it was something new to everybody there. And then after the first day, we started having our normal classes. And basically my schedule looked like this. So I was in T course, in TA group, and you can see that it is around 30 hours per week. So from Monday to Friday, mornings and some afternoons also. And the attendance, it was mandatory. So if you had more than 25% of absence, you actually couldn't take the Feststellungsprüfung. So I personally was there in almost every class. So for me, that wasn't a problem, but it shouldn't be actually a problem at all. And also, most student colleagues, they have a duration of 2 semesters, but mine had only one. Actually, it was less than that. It was like 3 months, not including vacation. So basically, the classes, they started on September 1st and ended on November 21st. So you can imagine how fast it went. So the classes, they started to get a rhythm and boom, it was end of Studienkolleg and it's now time for FSP. So yeah, it was very fast. And now talking about the classroom. So there were 9 students, only 9 in my class, including me, and around 40 in that semester from various countries, almost all continents. But yeah, I studied in winter semester and I heard that in the summer semester there's way more students, like more than 100, I think. But yeah, so talking about the classes now, there was a lot of homework and exercises, all focused on the Feststellungsprüfung. And the teachers, they didn't care if we spoke good German or not. They knew it was hard. What they actually wanted was that we just spoke, just tried. And they always wanted us to speak, of course, German, so that we could prepare ourselves better for the Feststellungsprüfung. And about the environment, like I said, almost all continents, like I met students from India, Africa, Europe, Indonesia, Latin America, a lot of places. But we all had common challenges and often we studied together. So we made really fast friendships. And for example, I still talk to some of them even after the Studienkolleg is finished. And now talking about my experience with the German language. So first thing, all subjects are in German, okay? Physics in German, math in German, everything in German. So in the beginning, it was very hard, but it kept getting easier as the weeks went by. And it took me a few months actually to start getting used to talking German all the time. Like I think only after the second month, though it was still very hard to understand everything that was said. But when you begin your Studienkolleg, you will feel that also everyone felt that. But with time, it gets easier, okay? It gets even easier when you speak German instead of English. That's actually a tip I have for you guys. So before you were hearing it from the teachers, you were hearing it from me. And now talking about the final exams, aka the Feststellungsprüfung. So we had the Feststellungsprüfung the week after the classes were finished. And as I said, I was in T course and we had written German in the first day. So like reading, listening and writing. Then we had math and informatics on the next day. And on the last day we had physics. It was divided into mechanics and electrotechnic. Then 3 weeks later, the ones who passed the written German, they were then allowed to take the oral exam, the so-called Sprechen. And then after the oral exam was over, we were officially free. We were on vacation. So it was 3 months of Studienkolleg. It was indeed very fast, very intensive, but to be honest, we still had a lot of free time. For example, me and my class group, in some weekends, we used to travel to other cities in the region. Like we just had to take the train and it was all very, very easy. It was free because we had the ticket for students and it was always very nice. And now, by the time I'm recording this, we didn't receive our certificates yet. Actually, we'll get them in a few weeks, and the next step will be applying for universities. So now, if you ask me, was it worth it? Well, I would say I got to know a lot of people from around the world in the same situation as me. Some of them became my friends. I improved my German. I got used to the German education style. I got used to living far from home and alone. And yeah, I would say it was worth it. It's intensive for me, at least it was intensive. It can be challenging sometimes, but it's worth it. It gives you that smooth transition to universities and at the same time connects you with other people, with lots of other people in the same situation as you. That means that you make friendships that last. So I'm really glad I had the opportunity to talk about my experience in the Studienkolleg. And if you're planning to attend one, you can enter the community if you want, okay? And I hope this video was helpful, and I see you guys in the next one.